Briam, which is a mix of all the vegetables. And all these vegetables came from Yiannis's farm here, all natural, all ingredients. So Yiannis is the 5th generation here in Naxos, and his great-great-great-great-grandfather, I think that's 5, started with the farm only with 2 acres. They only had 2 acres, just enough to feed the family and sustain the family. And Yiannis took it to 2,000 acres now. And so he's teaching me some of his traditional food that he's learned. And it's a mix of veggies. We've got eggplant, potatoes, zucchini, tomatoes, onion. But we're slicing and dicing. I'm hanging out with Yiannis and we're having some fun. And I can't speak his language whatsoever, but we know how to cook, and that's going to be our language today, is cooking. I brought my knife. He's got his grandfather's knife, 150 years old, and the handle is made out of a goat horn. Look at that. It's just beautiful. All the way from Yiannis's farm here. He's going to throw a little salt on there, some sea salt, pepper. Simple ingredients: salt, pepper. So the olive oil that we're using is from his olive grove. So we're fortunate we get to cook with everything from his own yard, his own garden, his own farm, everything. So we just topped the veggies with the arsenico cheese, which is what Yiannis makes. He makes this cheese from his sheep and his goats.
Μελιτζάνες, κολοκύθια.
Oh yeah. Are you ready, Yiannis? Teamwork. So we just put the lid on and we threw it in the oven. How long are we going to cook this for, Yiannis?
Περίπου μία μισή ώρα, μία ώρα και ένα τέταρτο, κάπου εκεί.
Okay, about an hour, hour and a half. Okay, when you're in Greece, you have to make tzatziki. So traditional tzatziki, you're going to have cucumber and a little bit of garlic. Got some salt, pepper, and the vinegar is just going to cut it a little bit, and then the oil. And it all goes into the yogurt, a drained yogurt, so it's only 10% fat. We'll try it now. Let's try some bread. A little tzatziki. Yummy.
Yeah, man.
Really good. But I took a really big bite. It's so fresh and the flavors are so good. Use it with vegetables, use it with bread, put it on your lamb, put it on your meat, put it on whatever, right? We're learning the traditional cheese of arsenico, which is what Yiannis is making here. We've got a whole bunch of it behind us that are like 18 months old. And we have a little helper. Yiannis is going to help us today. So we're only working with goat and sheep milk right now. Getting the curds in the way, he's separating it and heating it at a temperature that is the same, pretty much the same temperature it would come out of the goat. And Yiannis is helping us out, right? Right, Yiannis? Yeah. Gathering all the curds into one like pile, scooping them up, squeezing them a little bit so they stick together.
Το γάλα, μισή θα κάνουμε μετά.
Wow, you're doing great. So he's taking the curds out of the pot, putting it in the strainer. And in the strainer, you're going to squish it down. Squish it, squish it, squish it, get all the juice out as much as they possibly can. He's going to scrape along the side here and take off all the rest of the cheese curd over there. He's going to put it back in and then flip it so that way they have that nice look on both sides. See how both sides have that same kind of pattern and look? That's what you're going for. Excellent.
Bravo.
It's going to drain and sit for an hour. And then after it's done, we're going to salt it. We're going to put a bunch of sea salt all over it, and we're going to put it on this shelf. So they keep flipping it every day for a week until it gets to this process where they can start salting it down and oiling it until it gets nice and old, and then you open it and eat it. All right, here it goes. That looks beautiful. Smells good. All right, so let's try out this incredible veggie dish. Briam, right?
Yes,
Briam. Okay. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So fresh because it's organic right off the farm.
Yeah, man.
Yiannis.
Yeah.
Yiannis.